What's up guys, it's Applebomb here, and I want to welcome you to the Apple Orchard, where we talk about themes in anime that impact all of our lives. So as most of you know, Domestic Girlfriend has come to an end. And for those of you new to the channel who don't know what Domestic Girlfriend is, it's a manga about this guy who falls in love with his teacher and this other random girl, and both of these women move into his house and a bunch of shenanigans ensues. But the manga is over. And a lot of you are probably wondering, where is this channel gonna go from here? Thankfully, I have an answer to that. There are two different segments of this channel. Now, the first one is reactions and reviews to manga. Initially, I wasn't necessarily planning on doing reactions and reviews that much. I wanted to focus on the other segment that we'll be talking about a little bit later. But people have been enjoying it so much, and I've been enjoying it so much myself, that I want to continue this into the next phase of the channel. Now, as far as what manga am I going to be reacting to, well, I have three that I've selected. Alright, so the first one, Rent a Girlfriend. The second one is Kaguya-sama, Love is War. And then we have Komi Can't Communicate. Now, how am I going to review all three manga at the same time? How is that even going to be possible? Well, let me tell you. I'm not going to be reading every single chapter of all three manga. That's not how it's going to go, at least initially. What's going to happen is I'm going to choose a series, and I'm actually going to be covering the series on the chapters that really stand out to me. So for example, with Rent a Girlfriend, I actually took notes on almost every single chapter. The first starred chapter that I have is actually chapter 33. So what that'll look like is I'll cover chapter 33 of Rent a Girlfriend. I'll give context, I'll explain what happened from chapter 1 to 33. I'm not just going to leave you hanging. But then I'm going to be talking about why chapter 33 is so significant to the story. Say the next one is at chapter 50. So the next video will be chapter 50 of Domestic. Dang it, I'm not reviewing Domestic Girlfriend anymore. It's over. Chapter 50 of Rent a Girlfriend, I'll explain context and the themes in it and why I think it's important. I'll do this until I'm caught up to basically all three series. Now, I guess my question to you now is, which of these three manga do you want to see me cover first? And if you don't know what either of these three are, let me give you a brief synopsis. Rent a Girlfriend is a manga that's been running for a couple of years now, but it's actually getting an anime adaptation on July 10th. I'm really excited for it. It's basically about this guy who gets dumped by this girl named Mommy, and he's feeling really sad about it. So he's thinking and sulking, and then he does some searching online and he figures out that there's this service where you can actually rent a girlfriend for like a day or something. So he rents this girl named Mizuhara, and she's like the perfect 10, beautiful, amazing woman, all this type of stuff. And he's thinking it's just gonna, maybe be this 1 hour, 2 hour experience. He takes her to the aquarium. And then he gets involved in a lot of crazy stuff. He introduces her to his grandma, and then his grandma's like, oh my gosh, my loser grandson finally has a girl. Whatever am I gonna do? Never leave her. And then turns out that his grandma knows her grandma, and it's craziness. And it ends up not just being this one-time thing, like he has to rent her again, and then these other girls get involved, but he's still in love with this girl, and she's like, well, this is my job, of course you're gonna like me, don't get emotionally attached. But then, like, slowly, like, maybe she might have feelings for him, but, the guy's like, this can't happen, this can't be, and it's just, oh my gosh, this manga has definitely been a ride. I am caught up now, and I am absolutely loving the experience. I hope that you guys can enjoy Rent a Girlfriend as well. Now, the second manga I'm going to be talking about is Komi Can't Communicate. Now, I'm not quite caught up to Komi Can't Communicate yet, but it's basically about this girl named Komi who, it would be an understatement to say that she has a hard time interacting with people. It's basically impossible for her to interact with people. She has social anxiety that is so high, it's just insane. She literally can barely utter even a word, let alone a sentence. But she ends up confiding in this guy named Tadano, who basically, she ends up writing on a blackboard, her goal is to make 100 friends. So it's this really hilarious manga that also has some really fun characters, that kind of talks about how can we get Komi to communicate to the point where she can make 100 friends. How does she go from looking like this just all the time to actually being able to communicate with people to the extent that she can make 100 friends. I feel like it's going to be a really hilarious ride. I'm really enjoying it so far. So that's the second one. Now, the third one is Kaguya-sama Love is War. Now, if you don't know what this is, and you're in the anime community, then I guess you're living under a rock, because it's one of the most popular anime. A lot of people are reading the manga. I haven't quite caught up to it yet, but let me just give you a little bit of a synopsis. It's basically about this girl named Kaguya and this guy named Shirogane. And in the manga, it's almost like love isn't something it's so simple. You can't just confess your feelings to someone just randomly. It has to be something, love is a war, all right? The first person to confess their love to the other person is the loser. So it's about this guy and this girl who clearly like each other, but they can't just say I like you or let me take you out to ice cream or anything like that. It's always like this competition. Absolutely crazy. I'm really looking forward to catching up. And look at this face. This is the face that makes me want to read this. Kaguya is just so funny. She's so awful, but so funny at the same time. Like you'll get it. You'll get it. If you haven't read it or watched it, definitely check it out. I'll be covering it. Now, my question to you is, which manga do you want me to focus on first of these three? Rent a Girlfriend, Komi Can't Communicate, and Kaguya-sama Love is War. Which is the manga that you're most interested in me making highlight chapter reactions to, talking about themes, and then obviously covering them on a week-to-week basis? What is the manga that you guys are liking the most? Let me know in the comment section, or join the Discord server and send me a direct message, or let me know in general or something like that. Now on to the second segment of what I want this channel to be. The second segment of this channel is going to focus on theme analysis, which is what the whole point of this channel is in the first place. Now, I'm not just going to be analyzing manga, I'm going to be analyzing anime too. Now I'm going to read you guys a little bit of a list of some of the manga and the anime that I've been thinking about covering on a theme analysis basis. So as far as anime is concerned, we have Re:Zero. I'm going to be making a video called Demonically Inspired that talks about Rem and Subaru's relationship. I just love Rem, love Rem. Emilia fans, I understand. I'll make something on her too. We're going to be talking about Demon Slayer, Revolutionary Girl Utena, Citrus. I've had a couple of comments asking me to make videos on Citrus. I am going to be covering some themes in Citrus, don't you worry. Bunny Girl Senpai and Code Geass, just to name a few. I'm actually almost done with the Code Geass video, so that will be up shortly. Now, as far as manga are concerned, I'm going to be doing theme analysis in Berserk. There's so much to talk about there. Elfen Lied, Food Wars, Tomie and Umazaki. If you don't know what Tomie or Umazaki is, they're these horror manga by the legendary Junji Ito. Now, if you creep or fright easily, then I might not necessarily click on these videos, but I'm really hoping that I can expose people to the beauty of horror. I think horror is one of the best genres to teach lessons from. The last one I'll be talking about is Trail of Blood, or Blood on the Tracks. Now, when I say last one, I just mean by what's on the list in front of me right now. There's going to be a bunch of manga that I'm going to be covering. I'm sure you guys are going to be suggesting me things to read and interact with, and I can make videos that cover the themes on those different manga or anime. Well, that's it for the two segments of the channel. One is going to be reactions and reviews with the emphasis on theme analysis, and then the second one is going to be theme analysis in general with manga and anime. Alright guys, so the last thing I want to talk about is my social media presence. First thing I want you guys to do is join the Discord server, link in the description. We have events every week. We're having weekly anime watch nights. Right now we're watching Bunny Girl Senpai. But if you're watching this in the future, it'll probably be something else. But once a week, I want to do something special with the community so you guys can interact with me more, we can talk. I'd love to get you guys' recommendations for anime, manga, stuff that you're reading, watching. I want to interact with you guys. I'm also on Twitch. I play Dead by Daylight a lot. I'm sure I'll be playing other games in the future. But yeah, Instagram as well. Please drop me a follow on Instagram. I like to post what I'm reading on a daily basis, and I kind of talk about something that stands out. Most likely a theme in it, you know, some really good question or a good philosophical statement or something like that. If you're wanting to follow up with what I'm reading currently, please follow me on Instagram. I would really appreciate that. And then the last thing is Twitter. Now, Twitter is going to mainly be for announcements, Twitch announcements, news, just like my comments on what's going on in the state of the world, whether that's just like some world event, probably not a whole lot of that, but mainly anime and manga news and stuff like that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really enjoyed recording it, and I'm really excited for the channel. Like I said, welcome to the Apple Orchard. This is just the beginning of the Apple Bob YouTube channel, and I look forward to seeing you next time. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to click that subscribe button and hit that bell so you can get the notifications, so you'll be able to see what themes I'm talking about in anime and manga today.